At 69, Patty Loveless doesn't live the life people expect from a country superstar. No Las Vegas residency. No farewell tour. No social media countdowns. Most mornings, she wakes up in rural Tennessee, surrounded by quiet trees and wide open space. It's the kind of silence that would terrify some artists. It's the kind she chose. And that choice didn't come late in her career. It began long before awards, radio hits, or Nashville knowing her name. Born Patricia Lee Ramey on January 4, 1957 in Pikeville, Kentucky, Patty Loveless grew up in Appalachian coal country, where life was hard and music wasn't a dream job, it was survival. Her father worked the mines. Dangerous work. Lung-stealing work. The kind that followed families home even after the shift ended. Her mother sang hymns and mountain ballads, songs passed down by memory, not sheet music. That mattered later. Patty didn't grow up chasing fame. She grew up wanting out, not out of Kentucky, but out of the limits that surrounded people who never got a choice. As a teenager, her family moved to Louisville. Bigger city, same struggle. Patty sang anywhere she could, schools, small shows, anywhere with a microphone. Then life interrupted. Her father became seriously ill with black lung disease. Medical bills piled up. Stability vanished. Without hesitation, Patty put music on hold and went to work, regular jobs, whatever paid. She became a caregiver before she ever became a star. That pattern would repeat. In the late 1970s, she tried again, this time in Nashville. There was no overnight miracle. Just auditions, rejections, labels that didn't know what to do with a woman who sounded traditional in an era chasing polish. She was signed, dropped, signed again. Producers changed. Labels changed. Almost everything shifted except her voice. That voice didn't fit trends. Too mountain for pop country. Too clean for outlaw radio. Too honest for shortcuts. It made her slow to rise and impossible to replace. Her breakthrough arrived in 1988 with If My Heart Had Windows. The title sounded gentle. The song wasn't. It carried quiet pain, the kind people live with instead of announce. Radio finally noticed. Nashville followed. Slowly. The 1990s opened the door wide. Timber, I'm falling in love. Blame it on your heart. How can I help you say goodbye? These weren't loud songs. They trusted listeners to feel something without being told what to feel. By mid-decade, Patty Loveless wasn't just successful, she was respected. In country music, that matters more than numbers. Then life stepped in again. In 1989, she married producer Emory Gordy Jr. Industry insiders assumed that meant more albums, bigger tours, non-stop momentum. For a while, it did. Then Gordy was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Progressive. Unpredictable. Unforgiving. Patty didn't issue statements. She didn't explain what it meant for her career. She simply started saying no to tours, no to commitments, no to the relentless pace Nashville expects once you reach a certain level. By 2009, she was mostly gone from the road. Not retired. Just absent. Fans filled in the blanks themselves. Burnout. Health rumors. Quiet speculation. What most people missed was the pattern. She had done this before. When someone she loved needed care, music waited. It wasn't dramatic. It was consistent. While country music grew louder, faster, and younger, Patty chose projects that felt rooted, bluegrass records, acoustic work, collaborations that didn't require selling a version of herself that felt unfamiliar. She could have adapted. Many did. She didn't. Instead, she narrowed her life. That's the part people struggle to understand. Patty Loveless didn't disappear because something went wrong. She stepped back because something went right. She chose presence over applause. Care over cameras. Silence over noise. In 2023, when she was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, she didn't treat it like a victory lap. She thanked people. She sang. She stepped back again. No big return announcement. No promises about what comes next. At 69, she still sings when it matters, special appearances, tribute shows, moments that feel intentional instead of contractual. Her absence confused an industry trained to equate visibility with relevance. Rumors floated online. Fans worried. Patty didn't correct the speculation. That boundary had always been there. If something mattered, she would say it. If it didn't, she wouldn't. What people often miss is that stepping away protected more than privacy. It protected her voice, her relationships, her sense of self. She watched other artists grind themselves thin, promising they'd slow down later. Later rarely arrives on time. So Patty chose earlier. She didn't burn out. She didn't implode. She didn't fade. She disengaged. And in doing so, something rare happened. Her work aged into reference instead of nostalgia. Younger artists mention her name in studios when they talk about phrasing, restraint, honesty. Not as competition. As a standard. At 69, Patty Loveless isn't managing a legacy. She's living with one. She doesn't need constant access to stay present. She doesn't need updates to stay relevant. Her songs already carry what matters. And when she does step onto a stage now, rooms go quiet, not out of sadness, but respect. She didn't disappear. She arrived somewhere most people never reach. Home.